Devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand. Call
What is up? How is everybody doing? Welcome to RossonARI TV. Today we are going to feed my ego. Today is ego feeding time, and we're going to do football analysis, guys. Nothing feeds my ego more than analyzing football. It just makes me so full. It makes me so full, guys. So we're going to analyze tomorrow's game. We're going to do a little bit of the preview. Yes, Milan is playing tomorrow. Game day 2 of Serie A. Game day 2 of Serie A. Milan Torino, 72,000 people from all over the world going to see the red and black colors of AC Milan play against the bull from the north, Torino. It should be a fun game, guys. A fun game. Before we get into it, I want to address Desna. What's up, Desna? How you doing, my man? Why I can't join fantasy? So, the code should be the correct one. I'll write down the code right now, guys. If you want to join the fantasy league, you are more than welcome to. Remember, it is RossonARI TV S2. make sure that you look for RossonARI TV S2. That is going to be code is wrong. I can't join. So this is the code: ZVC O, the number G751. That's the code to join the RossonARI TV Fantasy League. Give it a shot. Let me know if it's working. Go ahead, get in it and show me. Let me know if it's working for you. Hi, Roy. Any recommendations for Fantasy Serie A? Yes, Ahmed Chalier. Our fantasy. Join our fantasy. Go to serieafantasy.com, private league. It is, I'll put the information right here. Serie. Let me put the information here. Serie A Fantasy. Serie A Fantasy.com. Bada bim, bada bam. The private league is RossonARI TV S2. And the code is those random numbers up top. So join us. Show us how good you are at feeding your ego. Show us how good you are at feeding your ego. About the team, any change of players? Thanks, Roy. No. Okay. Let's get into it, guys. Let's get into it. So, for fantasy, about the team, any change of players? Any change of players? Thanks. Yeah, for fantasy, you can change your team every week. You have a slotted amount of time in which you can make changes. But then that time expires and you have to commit to a team. I don't know how many changes you can make every week, but it is going to be limited changes. But yeah, you have to get your players. You get a limited amount of money. You get 100 points. With those 100 points, you have to buy your players and build your team. Join the Fantasy League. Let's see who is the best at feeding their egos with fantasy. Right, let's talk about the game tomorrow, guys, and then we'll talk about the other games. So we're going to do an in-depth analysis, guys, of Torino and, of course, Milan. Let's start with this right here. I'm positive the team will stay the same by Nathan. What's up, Nathan? Yes, of course. The team is going to stay the same. It's going to probably stay the same until maybe a defeat, if or a tie, or something that goes wrong, or an injury, of course. But as long as the team wins, Pioli is going to keep this team. Now, it's the same team that he played towards the end of the summer breaks, in the summer friendlies. This is his best 11. Okay, guys? This is Pioli's best 11. Mike Magnan in goal, the magic one. Davide Calabria. We will find out why Davide Calabria was targeted so much last game, because there are a few things I want to talk about that. In defense, it looks like Malik Chow has officially taken Kjaer's and Kalulu's spot, and he has been the starter all of this time. Fikayo Tomori, also starter. You cannot move him from that position. Guys, Fikayo Tomori has blocked comments on his Instagram. Stop talking crap to him, guys. Please hold yourselves. I know some of you want to see him leave the club. I know some of you don't like him. Just don't go on his social media. Tell your Milanista buddies to stop going on his social media and targeting him and talking shit to him. Because yes, now Tomori is probably thinking, okay, well, these guys, the fan base doesn't like me anymore, so I guess I'm going to have to leave. And then the same thing is going to happen with Mike, Theo, Rafael. Rafael already closed his comments. Anyway, the defense is going to be this one. Calabria, Chow, Tomori, Hernandez. This is going to be the starting defense. It's been the starting defense so far, and so be it. The midfield is exactly the same concept, same thing. Nothing has changed. Robin Loftus-Cheek, who will be box to box on the right. Rade Krunic, who is going to be that guard dog in the middle, staying a little bit back, and Tijani Reindeers is going to be the box-to-box on the left. Up top, Rafael, the satellite killer. Rafael is going to be on the left doing his thing. Oliver Giroud, old man Grandpa Giroud, doing his thing. And Christian Pulisic, the new Maradona of football, keeps on playing on the right, which continues to reinforce my analysis on Pulisic. Pioli is looking at his players, and he's seeing which players give him the best options, the best things on the pitch. Christian Pulisic is ahead of Chukwueze, and it's probably going to be like that until Christian Pulisic gets injured, because he's injury prone, and then Chukwueze will get his chances. But as of now, until Christian Pulisic is going to be healthy, he is not going to be moving from that right wing position. There is no chance he's moving from that right wing position. In Pioli's eyes, Christian Pulisic is the more reliable player, is the better player. Now, he doesn't really have a winger on the right. He has more of a right attacking midfielder on the right that cuts in, can also go in deep. But essentially, what Pulisic does, I think, because we really haven't seen Chukwueze, what Pulisic does better than Chukwueze, he's better at interacting with the team. He has more charisma on the ball. He has more personality. He has better ability to keep possession. And that is why, in this moment, Pulisic is in front of Chukwueze. And I think it's going to keep on being like that until Milan keep on winning. Let's talk a little bit about the press conference today. Pioli said some interesting things. Some of the things that... okay, first of all, I want to say something about Pioli, all right? I'm liking Pioli right now. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Pioli. He sounds confident. He sounds assertive. He sounds like he's in control. And these are very good things. Another thing that I like a lot about Pioli, that he addressed all the issues that we saw against Bologna. He did not hide from them. He did not pretend that everything was perfect and that Milan looked like prime Barcelona, etc., etc. No. I have eyes. A lot of us have eyes and choose to use them. And obviously, we saw a lot of issues against Bologna. For example, it was way too easy for Bologna to just play through us, from defense, midfield to attack. Bologna shot more shots on goal than us, on shots towards the goal, and they had more possession. So basically, the difference between Milan and Bologna in that game was, the brilliance of our more talented players. Essentially, if you put Pulisic and Giroud on Bologna, they probably would have scored. Maybe they could have even won. And that is a problem. Pioli addressed these issues, which I'm happy about. He's not hiding. He said it was way too easy for Bologna to play through us. The team is not compact. The team still needs to amalgamate. We're losing too many balls. We can't control. We can't win the balls up top. We're conceding way too much. He's saying these things. He's not hiding. And this is good. I'm happy he's saying this because he knows that these things need to improve. In order for us to be a good team, all of these things need to improve. Pretending that we are Barcelona right now is not going to do us any favors. So I thought that was very positive about Pioli's post-match and also the press conference today. Another thing that he said that caught my attention, he spoke about Luca Romero, how Luca Romero is impressing him a lot because he puts in a lot of quantity and quality and intensity in the training sessions. The only thing about Luca Romero is that the competition is tough. He's 18 years old. He's a youngster. He's got Pulisic, a guy with so much international experience over him. He's got Chukwueze, who's already had, is 24, already had important years with Villarreal. So, but it's interesting that he said those things about Romero. I think that's very cool. And no words on Okafor, no words on Chukwueze. Now, Okafor, it seems like Okafor is looking good in training sessions, but there's no words on Chukwueze. Nothing is being said about Chukwueze, which is very strange, very strange. Okay, so as far as the strategy, yeah, we know what the strategy. We've analyzed it. We saw it. We did it here with the tactical board, and it's very simple. Milan's strategy is very simple. 2 box-to-box players that play deep, that go in the box. They're literally box to box. That's why that position is where they go inside the box. That's why Tijani Reinders had that assist, because he did an incursion inside the box to box. And 1 midfielder that stays back. Rafa Leao is doing what he does. Hernandez either also is doing those incursions, either to the left or inside the middle, and he interchanges with Leao. The thing that still I do not understand, and they were doing this against Bologna. If you guys were with me on the previous pre-match, we talked about how Davide Calabria goes inside the middle and Ruben Loftus-Cheek goes out wide. Right, Davide Calabria literally goes in this position right here, and Loftus-Cheek goes out wide. Now, there's one thing that I noticed during this game while they're doing that, is that all of this area is open. I don't understand the purpose of this. I don't understand how it helps building the play. I don't get it. Because if you lose the ball, then this area is open. If I am the opposing coach, I know exactly what I want to do. I'm going to press and attack this area. One thing about Italy, guys, these fucking motorcycles. That's the one thing I'm not going to miss about Italy. These fucking scooters and motorcycles. But anyway, if I'm the opposing coach of AC Milan, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to attack the right side because it's always open. So I don't know. I don't get the purpose of this tactic. I don't understand it. I would understand it if maybe it would become a 3 at the back and Malik Chow would go out wide, but he doesn't go out wide. Malik Chow stays in the back. Basically, when we build, it's a 2-3 something. I don't know. It's strange. I don't understand it. I didn't understand it against Bologna. Maybe we'll understand it better as the time goes on. And I'm very curious to see where Bologna attacked. But if I'm the opposing coach, I know where I'm attacking. I'm attacking that side of the pitch because nobody is there. Nobody's there. The other issue with Milan, which is a fatal flaw, it is an absolute fatal flaw, and I don't understand how they're not catching this, is that Tijani Reinders and Loftus-Cheek are going really deep up top. So you're sending your midfielders up top. You're sending Hernandez up top. Eventually, Calabria goes up top. But we don't have players that are good at winning the ball back. That's why if you look at that Bologna game, every time Bologna won the ball back in their defense, they just build straight through us like a hot knife through butter. Because we don't have muscle. We don't have players that win the ball back. This is a fatal flaw. And as long as you're playing against Bologna, you can get away with it. But if you do that against Napoli, you're going to get killed. If you do that against a team with offensive power, with offensive talent, and you're just going to allow them to go through you like that, you're going to get destroyed. You're going to get destroyed. So he needs to figure out how to press high and win the ball back fast. How does he do that? you need the players to do that. You have to be compact. You have to play. The lines need to be very close. Everything needs to be organized. You have to have all the players need to be pressing the right players. So it's a coordinated effort. It takes time to develop that, but as of now, it will probably continue to be a problem for the time being. Not having players that win the ball back, and yet you send them up all high. So essentially, your team is like a yo-yo. Goes up, then it has to go back down. Then it goes up, then it has to go back down. So you never have a chance to stay compact. You never have a chance to stay compact. That's why we lost all of that possession. You have possession when you win the ball back. That's why a team has more possession than another team. It's not just being able to hold the ball better, but it's being able to win the ball back and then hold it. But if you can't win the ball back, then the other team has the possession. This will probably force us to be a counter-attacking team in the time being. Who knows? Maybe we're going to switch strategies and have to adapt to this. And maybe we're going to just become a counter-attacking team. It is a possibility. Probably against the bigger teams, it's something that we're going to have to do. Yeah. So that is a very interesting thing about the way this team was built. We did not get any ball winners. To me, that is very strange. Anyway, let's look at Torino. Torino, definitely different puzzle than Bologna. Different formation, 3 at the back, 3-4-2-1. Better roster than Bologna, for sure. In the long stretch, I don't know who they have. Does this show? No, this does not show. But anyway, in their first 11, they have a good lineup. Definitely a difficult lineup to play against. They're not going to concede much. They're going to be closed. It's going to be a cagey affair. They can definitely hit you if you're not careful. I think in this game here, Milan should be able to get away with it, get away with the win. And I think it will be the talent. I think the difference here won't be the system, but it'll just be Leao with a moment of magic, or Pulisic is going to find Giroud or something like that. But I don't see us dominating. I see the game being similar to Bologna, meaning it's going to be a pretty balanced game. They're going to have their chances. We're going to have our chances. Whoever takes the chances is going to win. It's going to be pretty much like that. Obviously, being at home should give us that extra energy, even though last year our home games weren't so great. So it's going to be an interesting game. It's going to be a fun game. Very curious to see how this team develops its system. Very curious to see how this team develops throughout the year. But yeah, we'll see. My prediction right now, I'm seeing I'm seeing three. There are 3 things that can happen here. All right, either Milan wins, kind of the same way they won against Bologna, or it's a tie, or Torino scores a goal and then they close up shop, and it's going to be that kind of situation. I don't see big scoreline. I don't think so. Even though our first game last year against Udinese, we did have a big scoreline. It was 4-2. Rebic scored 2 goals. Giroud scored. Diaz scored. So I don't know. But I want to see if we can squash them in their own half. And then when they have the ball, I want to see us press and win the ball back. So, for example, one of the reasons why our press worked in the past is because we had Salamakers, who was great at pressing and creating chaos in the opposing half. and that made it more difficult for the defense that was trying to build out. Diaz was this little Tasmanian devil that pressed like a monster. Tonali is a top G. Benacer was one of the best ball recoverers of the league. So those things allowed us to dominate teams better. We don't have those elements anymore. This is a completely different system. It's a completely different way of looking at the game. This is going to have to be about positioning and about being compact. So until we achieve that, it's going to be I'm assuming it's going to be scrappy games. The edge goes to Milan. We should win this game. But who knows? Who knows what will happen? Torino is never an easy opponent. Never. All right. So yes, I'm going to do predictions for the whole week. I'm going to start with Milan, and then I'm going to go with the other teams. All right, great. You joined. Excellent. Okay, guys. So I just fed my ego right there, and I did a nice little tactical analysis. I want someone to explain to me what the purpose of that Calabria Loftus-Cheek interswitch is. If someone can explain that to me, my ears are open, because I do not understand the purpose of it. But my ears are open if someone can explain that to me. Remember last year when only Giroud was on the box, Pioli changed that. He understands that one player on the box is not acceptable. Torino so far have 0 goals after 180 minutes of football. Actually, let's look at that. That's a good thing. I'm very curious to see Torino and what their situation is. So they tied against well, obviously not. Obviously they scored here if they won a game. No, they scored 2. All right. So the game prior to Cagliari, they did score 2 goals, and Ilicic and Voivoda scored. It was the same formation, more or less. Look, it's exactly the same formation. So basically, Juric already knew what his first 11 was going to be. But let's look at the statistics against Cagliari. So against Cagliari, the first expected goal 0.96. Okay, very interesting. Let's go. Where are the stats? All right, ball possession, 57%, 43% for Torino against Cagliari. So they had a little bit more ball possession than Cagliari. Okay, fucking load, you freaking stupid website. Jesus. Total shots, they had 11 shots, only 2 on target. Shots off target 6, shots blocked were 3. They had 8 corner kicks, so they pushed. They definitely pushed. They only had 1 big chance, 1 counterattack with a shot inside the box. Okay. Interesting data. So let's look at their bench. So their bench, they have, Radonic. They have Linetti, okay. They have Pietro Pellegrini. We know Pietro Pellegrini. They have Simone Verdi. Zima, I'm not familiar with Zima. They have Temese. Temese joined Torino. Interesting. And Singo is out because he is on the market, so he's out of the roster as of now. Yeah, this is a team that should easily stay in Serie A this year. They should have some players that are probably going to do well for you in the fantasy league. Maybe Ilic can be one of those players. Who knows? Definitely is going to be definitely one of the difficult teams, one of those difficult puzzles to break down. But I think that at the end of the day, the difference is going to be that we have some players that are just more talented, and that's right now what we have to rely on. The talent of Leao, the talent of Theo, the talent of Pulisic, etc., etc., and that's going to be the major thing. Okay, so predictions for Milan Torino. Let's finish with this, guys. Let me get some predictions. Milan Torino. Let's go in chat. Give me your predictions for Milan Torino. What's the score going to be? Who's going to score? All right, go ahead. Let me know. Let me see, guys. Come on, everybody. There's 40 people. I want everybody to write down what you think the score is going to be. Single joined Monaco. Wow. Oh, he's done. It's official. Okay. All right. First prediction in 3-1 for Milan. Hisham says another 2-0. Giroud and Loftus. Loftus gets on the sheet. Desna, Ruka, 4-3. Titles. Nice. Great prediction. Alexander's 5-0. Ooh, big score. Big score for you. Nice. I like it. 2-0 Lau and Giroud. Okay. Now, I think, the Lau goal is probably overdue, right? It's going to be the home game. Home game should be a nice Leao. A nice night of Leao. 3-0 Pulisic hat trick. Damn. Gio going to Vegas, put in all his money in a Pulisic hat trick, all in. 2-0 Pulisic brace Captain America. I do think Pulisic will continue to be a big part of the offensive department. Yes. Maybe in the long stretch we will see more of the new players. Chukwueze, Okafor, we'll see. Fresneda to Sporting. Daniele says 2-1. Okay, so everybody here is confident that we're winning. I like it. Very good. Desna says Milan dropped the Taremi lead due to his age and request from Porto, Broja, and Jovic. Sport Media said that is a shame. That is a 100% a shame. Milan dropped the Taremi lead due to his age. Why? He's 31. That's a perfect age. I don't know what the hell these guys are talking about. These guys do not know anything about football. That way, if it was a counter, Chan Calabria is back to... Okay, so you're talking about, let's see, Omari Thompson. Omari Thompson theory on why Pioli is applying this weird strategy in the middle that nobody knows, but maybe Omari does. From looking at the game, when Bill didn't play on the right, Calabria came at DM position where RLC was. Chow occupied right wing. He didn't. He didn't occupy right back. He wasn't occupied right back. RLC pushed up to contribute to the attack. RLC went wide. Okay, but it wasn't exactly like that. That way, if there was a counter, Chan Calabria is back to assist on the right. But if that not exactly how they positioned themselves. Joe deserves a U.S. Medal of Honor for that prediction. A true patriot. That's right. Make Pulisic great again. All I need is Pulisic to score at least 6 goals this season for my bet before he gets injured. Ah, nice. Good job. I like it. Thank God you're convinced with Pulisic, but again, if he doesn't get injured, if you remember what I said. Well, I might... Listen, hold on. Hold this phone. I'm convinced with Pulisic. Like, Pulisic is good, but let's not get carried away also. Al Musa is scoring tomorrow. Musa is available for tomorrow. Yes, that is true. 0-1 because we don't have a CDM. So we have the first prediction of a loss by Herbert Kilpin. 0-1 because we don't have a CDM. It is not having a CDM is definitely a problem. Definitely a problem. I don't see any links, Edison, or 1-0 Milan by Balotore with a goal. I'll see is on the right back because ball carries because of ball. Okay. Man, we have the best French goalkeeper, best French left back, best of USA, top talent of Portugal, best midfield of Algeria. If anyone said me this in 2015, I would never have believed it. Oh, my man, you must be young. You must be a youngster. You must be a youngster, my friend. Roy, you're being an enemy of the state. Where's your Pulisic confidence, guys? I'm Pulisic. Listen, if Pulisic becomes the MVP of the season, you know, congratulations. But I don't think he's going to be the MVP of the season. Forza Milan. Forza Milan. You'll be deported back to Italy permanently. Roy, you saw Chow wasn't on the right, but most times when Manyan played a pass to start the play, he passed the ball to Chow, who was occupying right back position. Then Chow played to Calabria and CDM. Well, listen, I was looking very carefully what was going on there, and they did not have anybody covering that right back position. So we're going to look at it tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to do a watch along, and we're going to look at it again, and we're going to do a proper analysis. I was attacked. I was being constantly attacked. Guys, obviously, guys, because I've been very outspoken about this management and how they've been dealing business and how they've been building this team. You know, I'm not a cheerleader. I'm not here dancing. Give me a me, give me an M, give me an I. So there's a lot of people that don't like me right now. There's a lot of people that don't like me. They're accusing me of feeding my ego. So during that game, I was being attacked left and right by a lot of people. I wasn't able to freaking see the game. I wanted to prepare like a video, a proper video. I wasn't able to do it because I was being attacked from all these people that are always triggered by everything I say. It's amazing, guys. It's amazing. Being a goofy YouTuber that is trying to feed his ego is freaking amazing. Negativity FC have got into Herbert. I want the old Herbert back. Roy, along with some corporate change their brand names like HBO Max and Max, Twitter to X. Do you think Milan changed their name? Yeah. Yeah. If it makes more money, absolutely. If it makes more money, absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. All right. So yeah, I think we did a very nice analysis of tomorrow's game. Let's see what we're going to see. We're going to do a better. We're going to watch it together, guys, tomorrow, and really understand how this team is trying to play. In short, it's probably going to be a very similar game to the Bologna game. We're going to lose a lot of possession, but we're going to have some good moments, and if we exploit those good moments, we can take the 3 points. But I'm sure there's a lot of people waiting for me to analyze the next game, which is going to be against Roma. Woo-hoo! Ego feeding time there. Oh, yes. The next game against Roma is going to be incredible. I cannot wait for that. It is going to be incredibile, ragazzi. It is going to be incredibile. All right, so we do think Milan has the slight edge here, maybe a little bit more than slight, but does have the edge. In theory, Milan should take the points home, but if they don't, I think we all know why. The big problem is that we don't have players in the middle that win the ball back, and that is the biggest problem that we have right now. All right, let's look at the other games and let's do a prediction on the other games and let's see what's going on in the on the other pitches. So tomorrow, the first 2 games are going to be Frosinone Atalanta. Ooh, Frosinone Atalanta. Frosinone Atalanta. Let's actually do this on Let's do this on Gazzetta dello Sport. So I'm looking at this, which is a very interesting sheet here, guys. I'm going to share this. Copy. Paste. So these were the areas that Bologna attacked the most. So they didn't attack the right wing, as people were saying. People were saying that they were constantly attacking the right wing. Maybe they weren't. Maybe I shouldn't pay attention to what people say and just look at the facts. How about that? How about that, guys? Maybe from now on, I'm just going to stop paying attention to what people say, and I'm just going to look at the facts. I'm just going to look at the facts. Look at all this data. Damn, look at all this data, guys. This is amazing. So they're saying that most of them came from the right. It looks like it was pretty even. I had some in the middle too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it looks like it was pretty even. "42 touches of the ball here in this area. 34 in that. 9 here, 5 there. So a little bit more on the right. What is this? Occasioni da gol. On the left. Looks pretty even. Anyway, nice. Serie A gives you a in-depth, detailed description of everything that happened. Herbert, you're being so negative, Herbert. Don't be so negative. Don't be so negative, man. Don't feed your ego. Resnet is close to signing to Sporting. Yeah, I did see that. What did you think about Musa instead of RLC? I don't know. We got to see. We got to see how he does. Let's see if he is the kind of player that can win the ball back. Let's see if he's that kind of player. Chunk says that he is the new Gattuso. So let's see if it's true. Roy Osmond joined Roma. Yes, guys. Roma is getting their strikers. Next, Lukaku. Lukaku is about to join Roma too. Bola has a YouTube video about Bologna Milan. If you're interested, I'll check it out later. I understand Milan fans rejecting any and every striker we're linked with, like we are not Man City to be linked to Haaland. Yeah. Okay, let's do an in-depth analysis on the other games. And Serie A. Serie A, ragazzi. Serie A. Wow, look at this. Roma fans going crazy. Lukaku and Abraham, we can dream of a Scudetto. Ooh. Can you believe it? Can you believe it, guys? Can you believe that Gazzetta dello Sport is writing that maybe Roma now can start dreaming of a Scudetto? Can you believe it? If only there was another idiot trying to feed his ego out there saying that Roma has a chance to win the Scudetto this year. But fortunately for us, nobody is saying that. Fortunately for us, there's no idiot trying to feed his ego saying any stupid thing like that. Roma, a chance to win the squid. Are you crazy? It's Roma, man. Roma doesn't have 7 Champions Leagues, dude. Dude. Okay, let's check out these games. So, Frosinone Atalanta. Frosinone, what a team. What a team Frosinone is. So, this, I mean, I guess we're expecting a big game from Atalanta against Frosinone. Look at Atalanta, Jim City, Scalvini, Kolasnic, Musso, Zappacosta, De Roon, Koopmeiners, Ruggeri, Pasalic, Lukman, Zapata. So Zapata is staying with Atalanta. It does look like that. It's more or less, this is more or less the same team as last year. Their new player is injured. The Torre injured 4 months. Holy shit! Oh, okay. So this new guy they got, Touré, from I think France. I think they got him from France. He's injured. He's 4 months out, guys. 4 months out. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because you know who Atalanta has? CDK, baby. So Atalanta has Okoli, very good defender, Italian defender, guys. This guy here could be a very good defender for the future for the national team. Adopo, good player. Zortea, he scored the goal. Bakker, interesting player. Ederson, De Kettler, Cambiaghi. I saw him with the U21s. Okay, I'm glad that he's in Serie A now. Scamacca. And there's another Cambiaghi. So maybe this is the guy from the U20s. Who knows? But yeah, Atalanta's looking like a really good roster. They can definitely do something. I'm expecting 4-0, 4-1, 3-1. Easy game for Atalanta, guys. This should be an easy game for Atalanta. Easy game for Atalanta. If we can win a Scudetto, Roma will definitely win a Scudetto in Mourinho's dreams. Guys, why are you acting as if Mourinho has never won anything? You know, he's in the history of football, one of the most decorated coaches in the history of the game. You guys do know that, right? You do know that, right? If we can't sign a Scudetto winning striker, then let's stay with Giroud at 37, right? Yeah. Mourinho's going to be sacked? No way. Zero chance. Lukaku will win Scudetto according to Roy. Well, I mean, he has already. He has already won a Scudetto. CDK will score more than Chukwueze. Hi, Roy. If you would pick only one of Taremi and Lukaku, Taremi. I wouldn't even think about it twice. Taremi all day, baby. All day, Taremi. Chuk looks like the new funny guy in the group, and Teo doesn't smile no more. Yeah, Teo has no friends anymore, guys. Teo has no friends anymore. Atalanta have great attacking depth. True. Even in the midfield, guys. Even in the midfield and the defense. They have depth everywhere. What that's Saudi Arabia for you, baby. Money talks. Good. I mean, shit. I guess it's good for us that they weren't able to sign him. Because if they would have signed him, they would have been really good position. Really good position. What's up, Will? How you doing? Teo doesn't like football. Teo likes his buddies. He wants to chill with his buddies. Yeah, I agree with you, Dan. I definitely agree with you. Amrabat, Taremi, get those two. And maybe Edison can actually hope that we can finish in the top 4. All right, let's go to Monza Empoli. Empoli, guys. I like Empoli. I like Empoli's formation. I like what I'm seeing here. I'm liking what I am seeing. So Monza, both these teams lost their opening games, by the way. Monza lost to Inter 2-0, and Empoli lost to Verona 1-0. But I like this Cancellieri Baldanzi. I like this duo right here. These are two young Italians that could be very important for the future of the national team. Probably players that are eventually going to move up to bigger teams. Cancellieri, I think he's on loan on Empoli this year. I'm not sure. I know Maldini is also here. Let's see if he's in the bench. What's happening with Maldini? Maldini indisponibile. He's not even available. Maldini is not available. But yeah, I'm curious to see Baldanzi. Maldini wanted to sign Baldanzi, but of course Maldini was fired because he doesn't know anything about football. I'm curious to see how Baldanzi does this year. It's one of the players that I'm very curious about this year. Obviously, Empoli is going to be fighting to not get relegated. That's their goal. As far as Monza, they have a good team. We played against them in the summer. Gagliardini, Pessina, Colpani, Machin, Ciurra, Mota, Carvalli. I guess, guys, the edge here has to go to Monza. I say a nice 2-1 for Monza, and Monza get their points going on. Monza start to get their first points there. Yeah. Milan Torino is the next game tomorrow. We already did an analysis of this one. Yeah, same information, both squads, but let me see the benches. Okay. We on the bench have Sportiello, Mirante. Something very interesting that Mr. Pioli said today, that he was asked whether or not Bartesaghi, who is on the team, by the way, if he was going to be the deputy to Theo Hernandez, and Mr. Pioli said that, yeah, Bartesaghi is here. He's a good player. When we're going to call him, when we think it is opportune to call him. But the deputy to Theo Hernandez is going to be Calabria, is going to be Florenzi. So that's what he said today. That's what he said. He said he thinks that we're good. We're good in that deputy role for Hernandez. And he said two names, Florenzi and Calabria, which I don't disagree. I think Florenzi as a deputy for Calabria is probably the best solution we can have. But having Bartesaghi there also is a very good experience for a player. We saw a lot of good things from him this summer. Could be a very interesting player. Remember, guys, please, I beg you, do not tell this management that Bartesaghi is Italian, because if you tell him he's Italian, they're going to cut him. Just say he's Argentinian with an Italian passport. Just make sure when you're on your social medias talking your shit, don't tell Moncada and Furlani that Bartesaghi is Italian. Please, I beg you. Speaking of fake Italians, Pellegrino just signed recently, Argentinian defender. So our defense now is covered in theory. Good things from Ali, guys. We're hearing some good things from Ali. So we're hearing that Ali is going to probably be staying. Pioli is liking what he's seeing from Ali. And he said that they're saying that he's growing. And so these are good things. Hopefully Ali can show his worth and we can start seeing him play. Hopefully. Musa is going to be here, guys. Musa, se ti piace la Musa. Uh-oh. I should be quiet. Musa is here. So Musa should be available for us tomorrow. Romero, okay, for Colombo. Colombo is going to be moving. Colombo said he does not want to stay on the bench this whole season. He wants to play. Monza is looking to get Colombo. These are the players that are out on the fringes. Caldara, Balotelli, Salamakers, Traore. I don't know why Traore would be on the fringes, and Origi. Benacer still 3 months out. Aha. My favorite team to win the Scudetto 23-24. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Feed your ego, baby. Feed your ego. Feeding time, guys. It's feeding time. It's time to feed my ego. It is time to feed my ego. Yeah, you know what? I could go to see this game. It is only 2 hours away from me, and I will be here. I will be here. That if I get Toremi, I'll be very happy. I'll be very happy if I get Toremi. Okay, ego feeding time, guys. So let's see what they got. Rui Patricio, Lorente, Small, and Mancini. Zalewski, Arar, Cristante, Pellegrini, Christensen, Belotti, Dybala. Ooh, Dybala is back. Pellegrini is back. That's a good midfield. Arar, Cristante, Pellegrini. That's a really good midfield. That's a nice midfield. Okay, so I think we're going to see a big performance from Roma because this attack is beautiful. Dybala, Belotti is exact. Belotti needs a player like Dybala right next to him. Perfect balance of quality and quantity in the middle. Zalewski, Christensen go up and down. They also do have Spinazzola. They also have Paredes. They have Bove. They have El Shaarawy. They have Indica for the back also. I don't know who Pagano is. I guess he's one of the new players. So it could be Spinazzola or Zalewski. It could be Cristante or Paredes. Abraham is still out 6 months. Holy moly. Sanchez is out. Of course, he's injured and he might be missing the game. But they did bring in this Osman player, whatever, but Lukaku. Put Lukaku there. Dybala, Lukaku. Guys, watch out for Roma this year. Damn, this plate of ego tastes so damn good. Feeding my ego nicely. Okay, so I'm expecting a good performance. I mean, this is a really good roster, good team. And I think this team is nicely matured. The pizza is ready out of the oven. It's a 3-year project. It's been consistent. It's definitely reinforced. Looking at this formation, I don't see why I would change my mind about my analysis. But Verona, on the other hand, can be a bitch to play against. They will defend hard. They will make it difficult for you to score goals for sure. In that stadium there is not an easy stadium to play in. 3-4-2-1. Guys, what's up with Italy and 3 at the back? Man, every single team plays with 3 at the back, dude. I don't get it. Whatever. I don't know anybody in Verona. I don't think they have any players that are very interesting. Bonazzoli, he scored the goal. Bonazzoli scored the winning goal against Empoli. But he's on the bench. They do have Saponara. He's on the bench. They have Cazzatori. If anybody is Italian, you should chuckle a little bit if you know what that could mean. But yeah, obviously here, this is an easy win for Roma, guys. This is an easy win for Roma. Easy peasy win for Roma. They're not even going to concede any goals. This is going to be 3-0, 2-0, 4-0. Easy peasy Fabrizi. Easy peasy Fabrizi. All right, let's go to Fiorentina Lecce. Mamma mia, che partitasso. Che partisasasso. Fiorentina, who lost, guys. Fiorentina lost against Rapid Vienna 1-0. I'm kind of hoping that they stay out of the Conference League and they just focus on the Serie A. But Fiorentina looking pretty decent. Arthur, Duncan, Kwame Infantino, Gonzalez, Beltran. It's a good roster. This is a good roster. Parisi, Quarta, Milenkovic, Dodò, Terracciano. And then in the bench, they have good players. I mean, I know they're doing the rotations because of the European game, so it's rotation time. But they have Nzola, they have Icone, they have Brecalo, they have Sottil, Bonaventura, Mandragora, Biraghi, Ranieri, Caiode, Martinelli. A lot of Italian players. This team is going to be, I think this team this year is going to be much more difficult to play against. I think they can do better this year. I mean, they can definitely be strive for a little bit better than they did last year. They probably can win that Conference League spot back. Maybe they can. They would have to take out one of the other teams, right? So either Atalanta, Lazio, Milan, Roma, Juve, Napoli, one of these teams has to finish eighth. But I think Fiorentina does have a roster to get that seventh spot this year. They have a good roster. Amrabat is they don't know yet what to do with Amrabat and Jovic. I mean, they still have Amrabat and Jovic. They still could have those two players available for them if they don't sell them. Yeah, good job. Bravo, the Italian, the fake Italian guy, the American Italian guy. Fiorentina, wow, wow, wow. Oh no, are you kidding me? My screens are messed up. I'm looking at. Lord have mercy. I was. No fucking way. No way. All right. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, this was Monza. We said Monza was probably going to get the win. Milan Torino. We spoke about Milan Torino. The big thing about Milan that I like a lot is the bench. I like the bench. Nice bench. Verona Roma, guys. Come on, man. Are you telling me this team here can't win the Scudetto? Like, in what world can this team not win the Scudetto? Are you looking at this? Look at that midfield. Pellegrini, Cristante, RR. That's like the perfect combination of quality and quantity. Dybala, Bella. Look at this formation, guys. Look at ego feeding. Fiorentina Lecce. Okay, so now we were here. Juventus Bologna. Let's go to Juventus Bologna. Juventus Bologna. Mamma mia, ragazzi, che partitasso! Che partitasso! So Bologna is a team that we saw how they play. I wasn't very impressed with how they played. I thought we just don't have players that can win the ball back. If we had at least one or two players, I mean, we should have at least two, but we don't even have one. At least one player that could win the ball back, we probably would have killed them. But if there's a team that has a lot of players that can win the ball back, it is definitely Juve. So, of course, Juve is going to play a very stupid way of playing, which everybody hates. So they're just going to sit back and catch on the counterattack. But I got to say, this team here, very good team also. Miretti, Locatelli, Rabiot. It's not giving me the Roma vibes. It's not giving me the Roma vibes. Cambiasso, guys, looks very good. The wing backs look very good. Where are Cambiasso? I think that they're very nice, very nice. But the thing that Allegri did, the jackpot that Allegri figured out finally, is that Chiesa is not a central defender. Chiesa is a forward player. So he's going to play Chiesa as an attacker next to Vlahovic. That worked really nicely. I saw them against Udinese. They looked really strong. I think just like Roma, Juventus now, it's at the third year of this project. It's the same players. They're growing together. These guys know each other by heart. Like Roma, they all know each other by heart. The pizza is ready. The Juventus pizza is ready. It's ready to come out of the oven and to perform. So watch out for Juve this year. They do not have any European competition. All they have to worry about is Serie A. This formation is very well capable of winning the Serie A, especially if they don't have to be worrying about Europe. As far as Bologna, they did okay against us. They penetrated. They took chances. They almost scored. But I'm expecting Juventus to win this game. A nice 2-0. I don't think Juventus is going to be conceding many goals this season. I think Juventus and Roma are the two teams that are going to concede the least amount of goals. I think. Let's see what's happening on the bench. For Juve, they have Huijsen, new player, Gatti, Rugani, Nicolussi, Caviglia, McKennie, Pogba, Fagioli, Kostic, Iling, Yildiz, Solé, Keane, Milik. Ooh, Pogba back in the formation. Okay, Pogba is going to be there. Nice, nice. Kostic for Cambiaso, that's not bad, not a bad turnover. Fagioli, he had that injury on his shoulder, now he's back. McKennie, Iling could be going to Atalanta. Yildiz, Solé. The one thing I got to respect Juve for, I mean, look at all these players: Yildiz, Solé, Keane, Fagioli, Ealing, Gatti, I think Rugani also, Miretti, and Cambiaso, all players that they fucking developed since they were children. They don't need to go and spend stupid money to buy players when they build players that are eventually going to be even better than these other players that cost all this stupid money. A+ to Juve for actually doing what a football team is supposed to do. Cheat. If you don't cheat, it means you're not trying. Amen. Now, aside from that, A+ to Juve for actually building young players and making them into Serie A proven players, and players that most likely this year can even win a Scudetto. Can you imagine Cambiaso, Miretti, Fagioli, Ealing, Yildiz, Gatti, Sule, Keane? These guys this year they have an opportunity to win this. These guys came from the Juventus Primavera, and this year they're playing in one of the biggest clubs in the fucking world, in Italy, and they might even win the Scudetto. Like, this is how you do it, guys. This is how you're supposed to do it. Have some fucking pride, Lord have mercy. Have some pride in your own product. Have some pride. Develop your children. Make your children into champions. What do we do? Anyway, so I'm going to give Juventus a lot of credit for that. A lot of credit for that. Good job, Juve. Bravi. Bravi, bravi, bravi. This Chiesa Vlahovic duo can be a big thing for them. Let's see. Anyway, I expect Juve to win there. I expect them to win. I like that kid Nicolussi from Juve. He was balling on us in preseason, and that's the other thing. These guys not only have all these players that are in the first, they have another 20 players that are super good. Jesus. Juve is the only team that in Italy that is doing that, and Roma. True. Those are the only two teams. Those are the only two teams that are actually have some pride in their own product, that actually believe in their product. Anyway, Lazio. Guys, by the way, let's destroy this stupid narrative that Italian players are no good and Milan doesn't have any Italian players because they're no good Italian players. The more we're going to, how many, all these fucking teams are packed with Italians. Lazzari, Casale, Romagnoli, Cataldi, Immobile, Zaccagni. Juventus had a lot of Fiorentina Italians, Roma Italians. So let's forget this narrative that Italians are not good enough to play. That's why we are not buying. It's not that we're not buying Italians. We're not buying anybody from the Serie A. Why? Because of the tax regulations. If you buy from abroad, you have tax decrees and you save on money. That's why. It's not about Italians. It's about just buying from the Serie A. Guys, if we were not an Italian team, we would probably have more Italian players. It's not about Italian players. It's about us not buying in Serie A. We're not buying anybody in Serie A. We are only buying players from abroad because it saves us money on taxes. It's got nothing to do that Italians are not good enough to. Are you telling me that fucking Zaccagni is not good enough to play for Milan? Lazzari, Cataldi, Mobile, freaking Fagioli, Miretti, Pellegrini, all these guys they're not good enough to play for Milan, but freaking Krunic is what? Anyway, so Lazio Genoa. This one here is interesting because I did make this prediction that Retegui is going to score a lot of goals this season. I think he's going to score close to 20, but they need to get going. That first game was really bad. They got crushed. Lazio also lost the first game, but this is a good formation. Kamada, Cataldi, Luis Alberto. That's a really nice midfield. Guys, this is a better midfield than us. Kamada is a good ball winner. Jesus Lord. Kamada, at least he knows how to win the ball back. Cataldi is definitely a much better guy at moving the ball around than Krunic is. And Luis Alberto is better than all of our midfielders. So I don't know how can anybody look at this midfield and say that our midfield is better than theirs. Like, no, you're just being a Milanista, nothing else. You're not being a student of football. You're just being a Milanista. I mean, objectively speaking, in chat, when you see this midfield, Kamada, Cataldi, Luis Alberto, do you think that our midfield, Loftus-Cheek, Krunic, Reindeers, is better? I'm curious. What you think. Give me a yes or a no. Yes, it's better. No, it's not. Let me know in chat. Luis Alberto, Cataldi, Kamada. Is that better than Reindeers, Krunic, Loftus-Cheek? Hisham says, without Benacer, yes, that's better than us. Lazio is out of date. They're old and not ready. No. But Luis Alberto is better than all of the players we have. That's a fact. In the midfield. That is 100% a fact. You cannot escape that fact. You can pretend. You can put your AC Milan glasses on and pretend. But out of all our midfielders, they have the better midfielder. Cataldi is much better at distribution than Krunic. And Kamada, is he that different from Loftus-Cheek? Kamada is a ball winner. Objectively speaking, this is a better midfield. And of course, Sarri. But if we want to be blind Milanistas, of course, everybody is going to say no. Bro, you think Milan, Krunic, and Pobega who better mid? What? You shat on Kamada all summer. Now he's better than all our midfielders. Okay, Nancy. Well, first of all, Paul is a football illiterate. And he only understands things in a very weird way. But I said Kamada is at least he's a ball winner. We don't have any ball winners. So that midfield is built better than ours. But anyway, whatever. People can look at it however they want. Luis Alberto is dead for 2 years. Luis Alberto is inconsistent. He can't be Iniesta one day and Soriano the next. Luis Alberto is too inconsistent. On his day, he's better, but most of the time he's same level than our mids. All right. Okay. If you guys can find proof that statistically speaking, that our midfielders are better than Luis Alberto, I'm curious to see it. Anyway, I definitely give the edge to Lazio for this game here. I am waiting for Retegui to get going because I need to win this bet against myself, because I'm not trying to feed my ego, but I am. I need to see if I'm right. Retegui is going to score close to 20 goals this season because everything is going to be for him. All the service, all the chances created are going to go to him, and he's going to score a lot of goals. And then next season, he's going to be in a big team. In a big team. Okay, let's move on. Napoli-Sassuolo. Mamma mia, ragazzi, Napoli-Sassuolo. Che partitasso! Che partitasso! Mamma mia, look at that. Lord have mercy. Napoli with Meret, Di Lorenzo, Ramani, Juan Jesus, Oliveira, midfield Zelinski, Lobotka, and Anguissa. Okay, let me ask you guys. Is Zelinski, Lobotka, and Anguissa a better midfield than ours? Yes or no? Let me see. Yes. Okay. Come on, guys. Let me get some answers here. Is this midfield better than ours? Sassuolo is getting relegated. 100% yes. Yes. No, it's not. Okay, sure. Yes. Of course. Well, obviously this midfield is better than ours. Vareshela, Osimhen, Politano, top level, guys. Napoli, top level team, as always. Of course, the big question is Ramani, Juan Jesus. Juan Jesus. That's the big question. Now, they brought in this players here, Nathan, Ostigard, not Ostigard, Cayuste. So we got to see how these players do. I don't know. One thing about Napoli, though, is that Napoli was able to keep Osimhen, able to keep Kvaratskhelia, not able to keep Kim. But thank God they did not improve on what they already had. Because if Napoli was going to improve on what they already had, it would have been the Man City situation. It would have been the Bayern Munich situation. Napoli would have just dominated this league for the next 3 or 4 years. But luckily, Napoli does not have that ability. So they already have a really good team. Thank God for the rest of the competition. Napoli did not do what Man City does every year, which let's get Vardiol. Let's get Vardiol and Doku and whoever. Who's the best players in the world? Yeah, let's get those players. Thank God Napoli did not do that this year. Therefore, Napoli will still be very competitive, but this year, Roma and Juventus are right there. They're close. And I think, guys, that Napoli this year will have a lot of their eggs in the Champions League basket. And they're going to try and go far in the Champions League. Also, a new coach. So definitely some changes there. Roma and Juventus are much closer this year. Much closer. 100% much closer. I do not have Napoli as the favorites right now, but I do think they are still going to be up there in the top 3. And I do think they might go really far in the Champions League this year. I think this year they're going to focus on that a little bit more. But that team here plays beautiful football. This midfield is European level. This attack here is European level. The fullbacks, Oliveira was amazing last year. They also have Mario Rui, who's really good. Di Lorenzo is a top G. Meret is a top G. The big question is the defenders. It is the defenders. While Sassuolo Sassuolo has a pretty solid squad. Loriente, very good player. Barami, good player. Pinamonti, good player. De Frel, good player. Enrique Lopez. I mean, in theory, Vina, Viti, honestly speaking, Sassuolo does not have a bad team. They're going to do their usual self. It's going to be the usual thing. I don't think this game is going to be so easy for Napoli, to be honest with you. I don't think this game is going to be so easy for Napoli. Guys, I think that this game might be a little bit of a surprise. Now, the big difference is the bench. Is definitely the bench, for sure. For sure. Zerbin, interesting player, Raspadori, Elmas, Marerui, Gaetano, Simeone. Yeah, offensively, the bench is just out of this world. While Sassuolo, Volpato, interesting player. Look at all these Italian. There's so many good Italian players, guys. There's so many good Italian players. Okay, slight edge to Napoli here, but who knows, guys? Who knows? Currently, yes, but could change with Musa and Benacer if our midfield gels. Okay, what is I didn't know Musa was the next Iniesta, but sure. Let's see, maybe. Roy, ancora con sta Roma, ma dai li mortacci. Ma se vince la Roma, mi dovete baciare i piedi, hai capito? Mi dovete baciare i piedi se vince la Roma. This Napoli meat riding is crazy. Yeah, I appreciate good teams, guys. I appreciate good teams. It's the way it is. When Milan will have the day Milan will have a top G team, you're going to see a lot of that from Milan as well. I don't know if Kamada's. Oh yeah, guys, look at him. He had 6 tackles. Guys, look, bro. Do the research and look at him. Do the research and look at his videos of how he wins the ball back. He's very good at winning the ball back. And these are good numbers already. Look at that. Six tackles, interceptions last game. Ruben, Reindeers, Musa, Benacer, Krunic, Ali, Pobega is going to be the best midfield in Italy. I don't think so. I don't think so. Definitely do not think so. I mean, maybe when Benacer is back, the level is going to go up, but Musa is way too young. I mean, Musa, guys, I don't know. I mean, listen, I know a lot of you guys are still in the honeymoon phase of this mercato, and every player that came in to you guys, he's either like the level of Xavi, Iniesta, Messi, whatever. But as things are going to settle, we're going to start to put our feet back on the ground. Yeah, more or less the team, more or less the levels are similar, but some teams are clearly better than us when it comes to the midfield. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is I mean, he's 28 now. I don't know how much better he can get, but Reindeers and Benacer are the only 2 good players that we have the only real 2 good players that we have in this midfield is Benacer for sure and Reindeers potentially. That's the truth. Everybody else is more or less a bet. My man, do your research. Look at him. Look at it. Look at his stats. Look at his stats. Look at his videos of him winning the. It's one of his best traits. Booty cheek is going to club some cheek. Guys, listen. When this honeymoon phase of the calciomercato is going to be over, then maybe we can start to be a little bit more level-headed on where we are. Pulisic can surprise us. No one ever said that any of the signings are Xavi Iniesta level. Yeah, okay, of course. I'm obviously being hyperbolic. I mean, saying Ruben they're going to be. I mean, it's wishful thinking because we're Milanistas and we want that to happen. But that's unfortunately not the reality. Reinders is a good player. He has a lot of good qualities. He's not very good at winning the ball back, but if he can improve on that, he can definitely do well. I mean, listen, these players should be good enough to beat a team like Torino, right? Against Roma, I don't know, guys. I don't know already. When we're going to play against Roma, I don't know what to predict. I honestly don't know what to predict against Roma. If I compare their roster right now to ours, I think they're going to beat us today, but maybe let's see how things go. There are reports that Pellegrino can also play in the CDM role in the mid. Okay, interesting. All midfielders have to win few balls here and there. Guys, remember last year it was the same. At this time of the season, everybody was saying that Milan was the best team. Milan was going to kill everybody. People were laughing at me because I was saying that Napoli was going to destroy the competition. It was, listen, when we have a really top G team, we know, okay? We know when the team is really top G. That's the truth. It's easy to tell when a team is really top G. Really top G. It's easy to tell. Now, maybe this team that we currently have right now, in the space of 1 or 2, 3 years, if Moncada and Furlani do their job properly, they can add on pieces and we can, do some smart mercatos and keep on adding pieces as everybody grows together and gels. Maybe in 2 or 3 years, we can start thinking of being a team that can dominate the Serie A with these players. Right now, I mean, I think, whatever. You would prefer Milan signing Taremi or look Taremi all day, brother, all day. Taremi all day. We're gonna smash Roma just like we smashed Lazio. Man, I hope so, Edison. I hope. I want to see. I prefer that to happen, but if that doesn't happen, don't be surprised. We rule Rome. Roma is not as good as us. They just have a coach that's made for the Serie A. If Roma played an open attacking style game, we'll get murdered 3-0 against us. You think so? You think so? So all of a sudden, Dybala, Pellegrino, these guys, Spinazzola, they don't know how to play football. I have an eerie feeling about CDK. I feel like he's going to take revenge against us. Probably CDK is going to have a good season. He probably is going to have a good season. Anyway, guys, here, obviously, Napoli has the edge. It's going to be their home game. But Sassuolo is not looking too bad. Sassuolo, especially the midfield and the attack, is not looking too bad for what they need to achieve this summer. Anyway, guys, this session of feeding my ego has been amazing. I love it. I fucking love feeding my ego. It's my favorite thing to do. We have 2 more teams to go through. Guys, every single team plays with this formation. What is going on? Salernitana, Udinese. Salernitana, guys, against Roma only had 3 shots. That's another indication, people, that you got to watch out for Roma. Salernitana was only able to create 3 shots against Roma. Roma is solid. But anyway, this game here is going to be one of the probably worst games ever. 2 teams that, again, I don't know why Udinese exists. I don't know what the purpose is of Udinese. Samardzic, he was supposed to go to Inter. This is the kind of game that you watch and you're like, you know what? I would never pay to watch Serie A when you see two formations like this play against each other. Tie 1-1, 1-1, 1-1. Diaz back, Candreva, Beto, yeah, 1-1. There it is. Let's go to Cagliari Inter. Inter, guys. Inter. Poor Inter. But let's look again. Look, 3-5-2. 4-4-2. 4-4-2. Okay, guys. Before we finish, I want to show you a formation in which I think we can use all of our players. We're going to do that on the tactical board in a second. I'm going to show you a formation that is very balanced in which we can use all the quality players. But Lautaro, Thuram, Di Marco, Mkhitaryan, Çalhanoğlu, Barella, Dumfries, Darmian, De Vrij, Bastoni, Sommer. Yeah, very good formation. I don't think Inter is going to be too much of a problem, really. I think they still have a top-level, top-G team. Obviously, offensively, we say this every time. They obviously lost something. I mean, they had to go back to Sanchez. Sanchez is back. I think Arnautovic is going to do good for them. Maybe Thuram, but you can't tell me that Dzeko and Lukaku are worse than Thuram and Arnautovic. Maybe Sanchez is better than Correa. Yeah, we know he is. So in the short term, Sanchez is definitely better than Correa for sure. But Thuram and Arnautovic, in compared to Lukaku and Dzeko, I mean, it's obviously a downgrade. I think Inter is going to struggle this year. I think Inter is going to struggle. They do have a very good midfield, though. They do have a very good midfield. They have Aslani, they have Quadrado, they have Sensi, they have Frattesi. I'm being told that this Carlo Augusto guy is very good. I've been told that this Carlo Augusto is very good. So we do. I don't see Inter being too much of an issue this year. For me, the three teams that are going to be the biggest issue are Napoli, Juventus, and Roma. For me, it's going to be those three teams based on pure, objective, non-biased analysis. Okay? All right? That's it. That's it. That is purely it. Based on pure objective analysis, no agendas, a lot of ego feeding, because that's the best thing. But my three favorites to win the Scudetto are Roma, Juventus, and Napoli. I don't think Inter is going to be in the conversation this year. I think that the downgrade in the offense is a big factor. I think is a big factor, unless Thuram starts performing at super high levels, and so does Arnautovic. The midfield is definitely one of the better midfields in Italy. Definitely a really good midfield. The defense is also very good, actually. I don't know. I kind of, it's a project that keeps on changing its pieces way too much. So there's a little bit of instability there. As a matter of fact, it's not a coincidence that the three projects that I'm looking at that seem to me that are the readiest to win this year are the three projects that haven't almost changed anything. It's the same core. These guys can play with each other with their eyes closed. These three teams, Napoli, Roma, and Juventus, these three teams are the three teams that, as far as roster goes, they haven't changed almost anything. Napoli has changed the coach. Juventus has not. And Roma has not. And Allegri and Mourinho are two serial winners. Those guys have a lot of trophies in their cabinets. I know everybody wants me to say Milan this, Milan that, but guys, I'm being realistic here. I'm not just going to be a cheerleader for AC Milan just for the sake of being one. The day I see AC Milan being a contender for the Scudetto again, I'll say it. I'll definitely say it. No doubt about that. And again, guys, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. The reason why I do these analyses is because I want to get really good at analyses. That's one of the reasons why I do this, is because I want to be good at analysis, because I want to use it when I go back into coaching football, and I want to have that skill well, nice and sharpened. So this session of Feeding My Ego was amazing. I loved it. And let's do the last thing, the last part of ego feeding session, which is I want to show you a tactical solution that I think can work, and we can discuss it together, where Milan can play all of its best players. And all the quality players. Ba, 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 ba. All right, guys. Here we go. Check it out. And I say this based on something that Pioli said today. So Pioli, in his press conference, he said something. He spoke about Leao, right? Because Leao got this cramp during the Bologna game. So he said something very interesting about Leao. Professor Pioli said that he thinks that Leao should not run. He should not press. He should just think about being in the right position in order to start his plays. Don't worry about work rate. Just get rid of a work rate. We don't need a work rate. So based on that and the positions of the players, I think there is a formation that Milan can use in which they use all their best players. Or rather, all their quality players. Let's put in Okafor. In my opinion, the formation, and I'll show you tactically why also, that Pioli should use instead of this 4-3-3 that we're going to get killed all the time, is this. Right here, baby. Right here. Now, obviously, if we had an Amrabat over here, or a Tonali, or a Kessie, it would be way better. And that's going to keep on being our weakness. The fact that we don't have any true ball winners in the middle. But it would be this. If you want to put RLC, because right now RLC is your favorite player, sure, put RLC. A 4-4-1-2 with Leao skewed on the left, where he has no obligations to press. He just waits here. Pulisic, who is a left winger, but if you look at Pulisic, also he can also drop deep, so he can cover this whole role. So essentially, and same thing with Chukwueze. Chukwueze does the whole line. So in a defensive posture, we can look like a 4-4. That's it. With Leao roaming over here, and Okafor can be the guy that either presses the last defenders. Essentially, these two guys press the last defenders. And 4 midfielders across, 4 defenders across is more than enough. And what do you have? You have here, you can have that Pulisic, Theo, Leao tandem, where they can do all those interswitches, interchanges. Chukwueze, Okafor can do the same on this side. Reindeers would not be a box-to-box player. Rather, he would be a player that play makes from this area right here. And so does RLC, because you don't need these box-to-box players with so many strikers already. But with this formation here, you get a nice balanced defensive posture, a easy defensive posture of a 4-4-2, where it's based on closing spaces. So there's no space here that they can take right here. Everything is closed, and it's a nice containment area space. You put in an Amrabat in there, a Gattuso in there, and then you win a lot of balls. But you can use your Okafor, you can use your Leao, you can use your speed, you can use all your quality players, and bada bing, bada boom, everybody is in their position, and defensively speaking, you are solid. You have solidity. You can use Chukwueze instead of wasting him on the bench, and you can use Pulisic in his position, and Leao is going to play here anyway. Him and Pulisic can go to, when Pulisic goes to the middle, Leao goes on this side. When Pulisic goes wide, Leao goes in the middle, which is something that Leao already does, which is something that Pulisic already does. So the interchanges are there. Theo can do his incursions, and this chain here, the chain of Pulisic, Leao, and Theo, is a nice quality chain. It's a nice quality chain where they can interplay with each other, and they can interchange positions. And they have the anchor, Reindeers, beautiful anchor, great anchor. You know what? Fuck it. Let's put Benacer here. And then these guys have the same thing on this side when he's back. On this side, Calabria, Chukwueze, Okafor, a little bit more conservative with Calabria, but these guys can interchange, can play together, and they have their anchor here with Benacer. So you have a chain on the left, a chain on the right. They interchange with each other. They have the anchors in the middle. And then defensively, a nice closed 4-4-2 where you close down the spaces rather than having open spaces. You can close these boxes. You see these boxes are nice and closed. See, you can close the boxes really nicely. If they squash you, and if they go wide, you just take this shape and you go wide and you go left and right. It's great. You have your counterattacks here and your transitions with Leao and Pulisic on this side, and you have your transitions here with Okafor and Chukwueze on this side. Give me the fucking job. Give me the job. I will make this team play like a Champions League winning team. Give me the job. Give me the job. So I think this is the best way for Pioli to use all of his players, all of his best players. I think if he does this, he can use all the more quality players. So yeah, that is my theory on how to use our players without losing balance. Because again, Pulisic and Chukwueze are two players that do have the work rate to come and contain in the back. If you look at Chukwueze's heat map, it's pretty much the whole wing. And if you look at Pulisic's heat map, when he plays on the left, it's also the whole wing. When you look at Leao's heat map, it's just this area. It's just this area. So nobody is stepping on each other's feet. Look at that beautiful defensive posture. Bada bing, bada boom. It's nice. You know what? You want to make it even more balanced? Take Calabria out and put Kalulu in. And now it's even more balanced. It's even more balanced, defensively speaking. And also it's perfect because there's no Italians, and that's what we want. We don't want a team with Italians. Italians are not good enough, guys. Italians are not good enough to play for Milan. So that's even better. A beautiful 4-4-1-1. It's not two. This is not two. Leao has freedom on the right, and Okafor has freedom. No center forward. No target man. This is a team that operates on the transition. This is a team that operates ball on the ground. It's not a team that operates long ball. It's not a team that operates with the back to goal. It's a team that gets a ball and runs forward, because you have four players that all do that. 5 players that all do that. They get the ball, they look at the goal, and they run. Forest, run, Forest. And if Pioli can come up with this, and he can also come up with this solution, he should definitely try it. He should definitely try it. So this is my theory on how to use all of the more quality players. Get Thuram and Bonucci or get Amrabat and keep Salah. That would be a good for the CL, a legged Salah. So in your case, we won't play Juve ball. We want to play Juve ball. No, I think with this team here, with all of these players with quality, you're going to hold the ball. You're going to hold the ball. But let's say you don't hold the ball. You have a lot of players here to set up for the counterattack. A lot of players. What do you mean he doesn't? What do you mean Lau doesn't have space? Lau has plenty of space. He's got this whole area right here. Pioli literally told Lau that you don't need to come down here. Just stay up here. Just stay up here. Just stay up here. That's literally what he told him. Get into position, collect the ball into your favorite position. When he's in that position, Pulisic can go. Pulisic likes to go in the middle. Pulisic is not your typical winger that goes down here and crosses it. Pulisic will do everything, right? Because he doesn't play this position as a winger. He plays it as an attacking midfielder on the wing. So he's very versatile. He can move all around, and him and Lau could move all around. Instead, what we're doing right now is this situation here. Where Chukwueze, Okafor are on the bench, they're not needed. RLC. This is the problem with what we're doing right now, guys. Okay? This is the issue with what we're doing right now. The issue with what we're doing right now is that we're sending these two guys all the way up right here inside the box because they're box-to-box midfielders. You keep Krunic there. Theo is all the way up. This guy is all the way here, and these guys are here. The problem is that once we lose a ball, these two guys here, Rangers and RLC, can't win a ball back even if you fucking pay them Saudi Arabian money to win a ball. They can't. So we literally, you look at how Bologna just easily played around us. Way too easy. So he needs to figure out, if he's going to do this, he needs to figure out a way to keep this team really compact in this area where all the players are already marking the next pass. You have to, the first press, the second press, the third press, all have to be activated. And that's what's not happening. The third press is nowhere to be seen. The second press is nowhere to be seen. So he needs to get it to the point. If this is how he wants to play, he needs to get it to the point where all of these pieces move in synchrony. And it's quite difficult. It's quite difficult, but whatever. He might be able to do it. Depending on the situation, sometimes, but not often. Not often. This is legit Allegri ball. Oh, okay. Allegri ball, excuse me, but Allegri ball is, this is Allegri ball. Okay. Allegri ball is keep your formation solid, right? Never lose your position. If Allegri coached this team and used a 4-3-3, this is what he would want. This is what he would want. He would want this. No pressing. He wants everybody in front of the box like that, with one player here roaming. He would want Leao to come here, and he would want Leao to follow the winger. So essentially, this is what he would get. This is Allegri ball. I'm not saying do this. You don't need to do this. We don't need to do this. But this is how Allegri plays. This is why when Allegri plays, the opposing teams always have the ball, because look at all the space here. Look at all this space here, right? The wingers all they all go deep. I mean, he plays with 3 at the back, right? So it'd be 5 at the back anyway. But it's all about closing down this area and leaving everything else open. So it's just I hate this. Hell, I would never do this in a million years. You don't need to do this. Rather, you keep Leo ready for the counterattack over there. You have Pulisic contained in this area. You have Reindeers contained in this area. They don't even need to be that close together. You have Chukwueze ready for the transition here, but defending. It's perfect. Boom. Bada bing, bada bum. There you go. And this is if it's deep. If the winger goes down here, I'm not even going to ask Chukwueze to follow him. I'm going to ask Kalulu to go here. This guy go here. Krunic go here. Chukwueze go there. And then do this. Right? I'm just going to move that 4-3-3 here. I'm not going to ask Chukwueze to go to follow the overlap back here. I can if I want to, but I'm not going to. Rather, I'm going to keep Chukwueze in this area right here. So if he gets the ball, he has the ability to transition all the way up. Rather than here, where if he gets the ball here, then it has to be either Kalulu or someone else. To have so many players in the back is not necessary. You don't need all these players in the back. It is not necessary to have more than 4 players in the defensive line. 4 players is more than enough. I mean, the ball is here. Yeah, it's one ball. It's not 3 balls, 4 balls. It's one ball. You got to follow the midfielders that do the incursions. And again, you don't need your winger to overlap. You can ask him to do that, but you don't need to do it. Then the midfield is free space. Sell Salad or sell Tonali. Salad. I mean, 4-4-2 is Allegri. Oh, you mean the formation? Right. Am I the only one that don't understand the Okafor transfer? I think they wanted to get him as a striker, but it kind of didn't work out. But it seems like he's doing very well in the training. It seems like he's doing very well in training. It seems like he's doing very good in training. If we play 4-3 like we played against Bologna, Kalulu would be a better option than Calabria. I don't know because the way all right, so let's look at this. Okay, yeah, because you have this Krunic thing here, you have Reindeers here, you have RLC over here, Pulisic, Giroud, Theo, Tomori, Chow, and Kalulu. Okay. Oh well, let's use Calabria because that's who's using right now. So there's this thing they're doing, right? Which to me makes no sense whatsoever. So Theo goes in the middle, Reindeers goes wide. But Theo does this all the time because Theo likes to attack in the center and then he can go. Theo is like a forward player. So whatever. Theo's going to go up. It doesn't matter. And then from there, they go up together. But this doesn't happen as often as on the other side. The other side happened almost all the time. You have Calabria go here, RLC go there, and you have Pulisic here. You had Theo come up, and you had this kind of weird thing happening. It's like, what is this? What is this? What is the purpose of this? Why do we need to look like this? Calabria doesn't go inside the middle. He's going to just go diagonally up. RLC is going to go. So they're going to just crisscross. But the thing is that when they do this, all of this area here is open. What is this, guys? Can someone explain to me what the purpose of this is? Can someone tell me why you got to do this? Okafor gives me Gabriel Jesus vibes. I think he can be good striker, center forward based on what I saw in training videos. Yeah, I think he can do those positions. Yeah. I think Pioli is trying to implement Liverpool style when everyone in the box. Well, I saw the stats. On Calabria's side, there were 8 shots. On Teo Hernandez's side, there were 7 shots. So it was just one more shot on Calabria's side than Teo's side. I just got to understand what the purpose is of this interchange right here. Calabria in the middle, Teo in the middle, and then they crisscross with each other. Teo and Reindeers crisscross with each other. Calabria, I don't know, guys. Tomorrow, we're going to look at it in real time. We're going to figure out why they're doing this and how this is supposed to be effective. Right, I think one of the fullbacks gets midfield with Krunic. The other will act as a third center back. Yeah, I'm not seeing the third guy. Like the third guy the game is on the Milan website, on the Milan YouTube channel. You can look at it, guys. Look at that game. So many times they just leave all of this area open. It's like, why are you doing this? And they leave it open early. One thing is leaving it open once you go up, but they're leaving it open early. I don't know. Whatever. All right, guys. So that's it for today. Serie A tomorrow, game day 2. It's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait. Cannot wait, guys. I cannot wait. Torino, Milan, Torino. Expecting a win from Milan. I think it's going to be a scrappy game again. But I think that the talent is going to make the difference. Our more talented players are going to be the difference. But guys, watch out for Roma and Juve. Watch out for Roma and Juve, gentlemen. Watch out for those 2 teams. The cake is ready. The cake is ready to be taken out of the oven. Watch out for those 2 teams. Maybe we do something else tomorrow. Yeah, let's see what we do, guys. We will figure it out. Yes, but on the Calabria side was more free space. Yes, guys, look at that game. There's so much space on this area. I don't understand. I honestly respect this formation against Bologna. Calabria was essentially playing as a CDM, and Pulisic would help come and defend or have Krunic interchange. Yeah, let's see how this goes. Milan better win every ticket is sold. Yeah, it's going to be a fun game. Guys, thank you for joining us today. Forza Milan, as always, and I hope you enjoy your morning, afternoon, wherever you are, guys. Remember, it's always good to feed your ego, because when your ego is hungry, you need to feed it. All right, guys, have a next good one. See you next time. Ciao, arrivederci. Peace out.